Are you feeling pretty uninspired and generally not at all motivated with your photography? Yeah, me too. And that's totally okay. Here's why and what you can try and do about it. So this video is going to be all about going out and trying to reconnect with your local area through photography. I went out this morning in the rain with my camera and a script ready to shoot and then just kind of stopped. That's not the first time I've done that either, and it's been happening more and more. I've generally found that I've been struggling to have any kind of real motivation in my photography. Now, I know I'm not alone there. With lockdown restrictions in place, nobody is able to go out and do the sort of exciting shoots that keeps people really fired up. And after a while, that of course is just going to steadily grind you down and make you lose any kind of momentum you might have built up. And that's why I went out earlier today. I had my camera with me and I was just hoping to get some nice shots that would sort of get me a little bit excited about being creative. To an extent, I think it worked. I got a few shots that might even end up on Instagram, but the video certainly fell flat and I generally just sort of lost my momentum in taking those photos. And I came back just feeling disheartened and let down. The thing is though, that is okay, and even as a professional photographer, it's okay to lose momentum like that. We are still in unprecedented times, and of course that's going to take its toll on both our creativity and our general mental health. I know I'm not alone in feeling generally pretty sluggish in my work, and it's important to not beat yourself up about that. Feeling like that and losing that kind of momentum in your work is no reflection on you as a photographer. It doesn't mean that you have failed. It doesn't mean that you're not creative. It doesn't mean that you're not as good as other photographers you might see who are still seeming to put out decent work. Everyone has their ups and downs in everything that they do in life, and even the most awarded pro photographers in the world will still have their moments when they feel generally just a bit crappy about what they're doing. This video isn't specifically about mental health, but I do often think that creativity and that general drive you might have to engage in the things you enjoy are very much affected by mental well-being. I will say here though that if you are struggling with your own mental health, do know that that is okay. You also aren't alone there, and you should reach out to people around you or to services like Mind to talk to someone. But general creativity will ebb and flow like pretty much anything else in life, and even though I am a professional photographer, I'm not overly worried or despairing about how I'm feeling at the moment. Instead, I'm trying to see it as a moment to maybe reflect on what I have been doing, maybe even think about what it is that I want to achieve in the coming months or even in the coming years. Now, I don't really have any answers about exactly what that is, but it just helps me not focus too much on the fact that I'm just feeling a little bit crappy at the moment, because I know that that feeling will pass, and I have been doing a few things which I would recommend to try and help it along. One of them is just to try going out with your camera a bit more. It didn't completely help me today, but it may be that you sort of inadvertently stumble on a really great shot, the sort of shot that gets you all fired up about taking photos, and that can help those gears start moving again. I've also enjoyed going back through some of my earlier Lightroom archives and just doing a few re-edits. Not only does that help sharpen up your editing skills, it also may mean that you find a little bit of hidden gold that you might have missed first time around. The other thing to try is experimenting with different genres of photography. Maybe you're a dedicated landscape photographer and you're pretty bummed out about not being able to go out into the hills and mountains at the moment. So why not try doing some macro at home, or maybe experimenting with some still life scenes? Maybe you normally shoot insects and flowers, so maybe give street photography a go and head into town and see what you can get. Not only could you learn some good new skills that you could even apply to your usual photography, but you could just find that producing different work gives you a different sort of creative boost that maybe you didn't expect to get. However you deal with your own creative slowdowns, just remember that you're not alone and that it doesn't reflect on you as a photographer or as a person. And hopefully some of this has been helpful to hear. If you have enjoyed this video, do please hit that like button. It really does help the channel. And also please consider subscribing if you don't already. But that's it for me for now. Hope you're all taking care of yourself, and I will see you next time.